This is your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is October 21st, 2019. Shout out to Terry Higgins out there on YouTube, man. This guy is hilarious. He sent me a song request, Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Taylor, I believe. So welcome to another episode, ladies and gents. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Monday. Today we're going to be looking at the Lightning Network, what's going on with this new game called Lightnite. It's kind of a play on the word Fortnite, but this is powered by the Lightning Network. And so we'll take a look at this article out of Bitcoin magazine. I think it's going to be neat. And I was talking to Michael Grubb on Twitter about this very thing. I think, and he agrees, like gaming is probably going to be the route where we see most of the initial adoption come in, in the form of cryptos. So if we can get some type of company, I know there's a company that spun out of, or either one of the co-founders or real high up C-suite members from Blizzard left to start his own, gaming startup, blockchain gaming startup that's going to be developing games on the EOS blockchain. But I think that's going to be the route. If we can get that together, we can get the formula right with that. I think there's going to be some regulatory hurdles to get over as well, because we got kids playing with these games. And how do you handle that? How do you handle cryptocurrencies or real assets with kids? And I don't know, I don't know what that looks like. But once that gets hashed out, I'm telling you, man, it is going to be a driving force for games going forward, to where you're getting monetarily compensated for playing a game, directly, not through having 1 million followers and sponsors and stuff like that. I mean directly getting paid to play video games. This will be insane. So we're going to look at Lightnite here from bitcoinmagazine.com. Second article from AMB Crypto. Donald Trump's former Federal Reserve nominee to launch a stablecoin. Thought this was ironic and funny. Mr. Stephen Moore, he's launching a US dollar pegged cryptocurrency, as if we needed another one, right? I mean, it's like a commodity. You probably only see one or two stablecoins actually being used. I think USDC is really taking a lion's share of it, simply because they've partnered with Coinbase on that one. But how many stablecoins do you really need, people? I'm not too sure, but we'll take a look at that. And the last article out of Cointelegraph, the Fed just printed more money than Bitcoin's entire market cap. Yep, that wasn't hard to do. And if you guys haven't been following it, I did a video that kind of went through the details of this whole repo market crisis that we had maybe about 3-4 weeks ago at this point. And I'll try to pin at the top of this video so you guys can check it out. It was a double spin, but man, this is crazy. And the scary thing is they're approaching 4 trillion on their balance sheet, which is basically reversing the whole quantitative tightening they did over 3 years, I believe. So they're getting ready to wipe out 3 years, 2 years worth of quantitative tightening in just literally 4 or 5 months is going to be. I think they're going to be on pace to do it by. So something's wrong. Think about it. There's an asymmetrical relationship with the Federal Reserve and the public. They will never tell us anything negative because they think that's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, which it may. I can understand that. However, that means we should never believe anything that the Fed says, because it's always going to be double speak. It's always going to be a skewed view on reality. What does this mean for Bitcoin? So far, not too much. There's no real correlation yet, but maybe at some point in the near future, we will see a correlation, a negative correlation with what the Fed is doing in these markets. Maybe we'll see that correlation come soon. But before we get started for today, I want to let you guys know there's one slot available to be shown in my ad rotation that you see in the right corner of my videos. During the My Two Satoshi videos, if you guys are interested, hit me up. You'll get a link of your product or service, crypto product or service, in the description of each video, and I'll mention your company just about every video as well. So hit me up if you're interested. in more details, ads at cryptoblood.io. We have 15, 30, and 60 episode packages available. So jump on it before that slot gets taken up. And lastly, we had our 4th episode. Can't believe it's been 4 weeks already. Ask the Block. Excellent episode last night. And, you know, I'm just having so much fun with this new series. And I'm really enjoying all of the questions. They've been very good questions. And I'm learning as well as I'm doing these. And I hope you guys are as well. So if you want to participate, all you have to do is hashtag AskCB under any of my videos. And it will get placed in queue. And shout out to Moon Lambo. ShopMoonLambo.com for your crypto apparel. If you guys want to save 10%, use the word CryptoBlood10 at checkout. So let's take a look at that heat map for today. Bitcoin down 0.43% to $8,203. We've got Ethereum down 0.95, almost 1% to $173.90. Litecoin down 0.66% to $54.61. EOS also down 0.43% to $2.91, down slightly to 0.45% to $18.27. Bitcoin Cash, though, is up today 4.1% to $234.77. And if we take a look at the technicals today, boom, look at that. A rejection yet again. At least we're getting back up to that point. We did break this trend line. The algo kind of went long there, but we broke this trend line right here, and that was when we kind of went off to the races. But as you can see here, again, it's very simple: support and resistance lines and trend lines. That's all you need in this trading manually. Look, we got rejected yet again, 83.54, right on point. Look at that. Couldn't be any closer. However, because this is our, let's see, you want to just say like 3rd or 4th attempt at this, I think we're going to break it this time. I don't think we've traveled this low to come right back up so fast to get rejected again. So I think first time, you know, we got rejected, but we're heading higher, I believe, and we should break this in the next couple of days. And once we break it, it's going to be a huge acceleration upward, in my opinion. First article, though, Cointelegraph: the Fed just printed more money than Bitcoin's entire market cap. Bitcoin proponents are voicing fresh alarm after the United States Federal Reserve printed more than its entire market cap in new money this month. Says that, as noted by cryptocurrency social media pundit Dennis Parker on October 21st, since mid-September, the Fed has injected $210 billion into the economy. Really isn't into the economy, it's into the repo markets, but I guess. Part of its newly revitalized quantitative easing strategy, the move dwarfs the total market cap of Bitcoin, which stands at $148 billion. QE refers to the buying of government bonds in order to provide economic stimulus. The Fed's balance sheet, Parker notes, jumps from $3.77 trillion last month to $3.97 trillion, and it had previously been higher, while the Fed's own projections call for a balance sheet worth $4.7 trillion by 2025. So for holders of assets that cannot have their supply inflated, such as gold and Bitcoin, money printing has regularly sparked calls to decrease reliance on fiat currency. Parker's suggestion that investors should buy Bitcoin now came amid warnings from even the fiat establishment itself about the ailing health of the banking system. So at a speech at the IMF general meeting last week, former Bank of England Governor Marvin King told attendees that the world was sleepwalking into a financial crisis even worse than that of 2008. Of course, we all believe that, I'm sure. He summarized his speech by saying, by sticking to the new orthodoxy of monetary policy and pretending that we have made the banking system safe, we are sleepwalking towards that crisis. You know, and what he's referring to, guys, I want you to look it up if you don't know about it. It's called MMT, Modern Monetary Theory. Look that up, and you'll see exactly what I believe these Federal Reserve members are operating on. Okay, and these banks as well. So look that up, MMT. That'll give you an understanding of what we're dealing with here, people. And I don't even think it's really going to stop. I don't think it's going to. We might have a crisis, yeah, but they're not going to stop this fiat MMT tactics here. I just don't see it happening. I just see it, the fiat dollar weakening more and more and more, and that will push up prices of other assets. Now, we may have corrections or crashes in between then, but overall, that's just what's going to happen. I don't see any other country ready to take over as world reserve currency. Maybe we don't ever have that happen again. Maybe it's the SDR. Maybe that's what's next as a reserve. And it probably should be, right? That probably should be what's next, a basket of fiat currencies as a reserve, so that no one country holds that much power as what we've been able to do for the last almost 60, 70 years. The solution is definitely not going to be Bitcoin being a currency that everyone's just running around using. Not at all. It's just not even, we never evolved with Bitcoin to keep up with that being a possibility. I'm talking technically from an infrastructure standpoint. And then, as I continue to evolve in this crypto space and watch it evolve, I've definitely come to the realization that no deflationary asset is going to be used as money for a society. Society won't use it. The money velocity for a deflationary asset will be way too low. People will not want to use it. So we have to get away from thinking that, we're going to see Bitcoin or any of these other cryptocurrencies become the currency that everyone's spending. It's not going to happen. Money is just a transfer of value. It shouldn't be something we hold on to look forward to appreciate. That's an asset. That's a gold. That's a Bitcoin. That's those types of things, homes or whatnot, over time at least. But we're not going off a fiat system, I don't think. Maybe the next thing is an SDR as a reserve currency, a basket of currencies. They may even throw Bitcoin in there as to make up that composite at some point. I don't see that in the near future, but maybe at some point for sure. So that's my take on it. That's why you're seeing so many stable coins out here. That's what you're going to be using, stable coins, for your day-to-day purchases. Remember that. And we'll talk about that actually coming up next. Donald Trump's former Federal Reserve nominee is launching a stable coin, so we'll take a look at that as well. But yes, this is a bad situation that we're in, and they're just stealing wealth from us, the common folks. Bitcoin should reap the rewards here in the near future, I think, without a shadow of a doubt. Bitcoin and gold, but gold is still in a suppressed market. It's traded in one market, essentially, the COMEX. Bitcoin is fragmented and segmented, so you're going to have better free market activity or behavior from the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency assets. So you're going to see huge spikes in the price of those coins. Next article, I'm excited about this one. Lightnite, like Fortnite, but with Bitcoin, powered by Lightning Network. So it says on October 19, 2019, the team behind video game portal Satoshi's Games presented Lightnite, an online multiplayer third-person shooting game whose microtransactions are entirely powered by the Lightning Network. This is the grandest and most ambitious product of the team thus far, and it promises to bring more Bitcoin adoption to the video game community. During the 2019 Lightning Conference, the Satoshi's Games developers are selling early access passes for Lightnite. This is part of the plan to crowdfund the project, and all contributions are being processed by a self-hosted BTC Pay server. Interesting. And it goes on to say, just like Fortnite, Lightnite is a freemium game. Anyone around the world can create an account and join the competitive experience without having to make any purchases. The revenue is entirely generated by the sale of character customization features, from skin packs to dance moves and colorful details that tell one's digital avatar apart from the crowd. It's all a very profitable endeavor, which capitalizes on the player's psychological need for uniqueness and originality. And the article continues by saying Lightnite doesn't rely on the same pillars of the legacy financial system. When purchasing various in-game items, players can simply spend Satoshis via the Lightning Network. This makes the settlement of the transaction instant, private, and final. There is no way to do chargebacks like in the case of credit cards, and there is no need for players to provide any kind of personal information. Thanks to Lightning payments, Lightnite players can enjoy the avatar customization experience without generating a data record that's associated with one's identity. So, I think this is cool. I was hoping this was already out, but it's not yet. Not sure when they're going to be releasing it. I've skimmed through the article and I couldn't find one. They said it was unofficial as far as when the release date was. So you're going to see more and more of this. You're going to see more and more games go this route. However, my concern is I don't know how this is going to look from a regulatory situation. Is this considered gambling? Can kids do it? Like, it's a whole bunch of questions. I'm not sure how that plays out. I know we've got PUBG doing something like that, but their token is it's a private token. It can't be exchanged or moved off of the platform. And I think that's a way that they're getting around any type of regulatory issues. I want to see games that you're able to earn in exchange with other players and buy things with cryptocurrencies. That's going to be the game changer. Because that just changed, that's a whole second economy. You literally, I don't know if you guys remember Second Life. Second Life should really be looking into cryptocurrencies because they had people, and honestly, it's funny because I remember when I got into Bitcoin, that was one on-ramp. You could literally buy Bitcoin with Linden Bucks. I don't know, some of the old school crypto cats know what I'm talking about. You could buy Bitcoin with Linden Bucks from Second Life, and they had a little market out there for that. And that's what we need to see. So that needs to come to the forefront. And when that happens, it is over. It is over. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. I'm personally excited about these types of news headlines. Last article. AMB Crypto, Donald Trump's former Federal Reserve nominee to launch Stablecoin, says President Trump's previous nomination to the Federal Reserve, Stephen Moore, reportedly announced that he is launching a U.S. dollar-pegged cryptocurrency called Frax. In an interview with Fortune, Moore mentioned that his libertarian views led him to support cryptocurrencies, which, according to him, is an important alternative to state-backed money. He said, "I follow monetary policy for 30 years, and I've always been troubled by the government monopoly on currency, which is unhealthy for markets. It's very healthy for private competitors to challenge central banks over the money supply." Amen. And it's crazy because we know when if he would have gotten in as a Federal Reserve chair, he would have had to suppress those ideas, as many of them. Greenspan was even a great thinker, and understood how gold was the real money and stuff. But once he got into position, he had to line up under the dogmas and ideologies of the Federal Reserve. The article goes on to say, while no official release date has been mentioned, Moore announced that the Frax project will be launching in the coming months, which will rely on the established blockchains to record Frax transactions. Unlike the stablecoin leader Tether or Facebook's Libra initiative, Frax project will rely on algorithms to loan out its reserves and collect interest in order to ensure the value of Frax remains pegged to the dollar. And so a couple years ago, it's funny, I did a review of a coin that was very similar to this. They were ahead of their time, and I really actually loved their idea. Why not even make the feature of stability programmable? You can do that with smart contracts. You can peg it. You can do that all from code. You don't even need to have stable coins backed by fiat currencies. You can simulate that. And so SYN token, or the SYN protocol, is something like that. So check that out, guys, if you're interested in a different way of the stable coins working. This is one. They use an algorithm, and so they have this this coin called SDT. I didn't even realize this, that the sale is still going on. It's 365 days, and then unsold tokens will be burned. But check it out. Very neat and creative way of doing stablecoin. And many have said that a stablecoin that lacks full one-to-one backing will eventually collapse if too many people try to sell it. Frax co-founder says that the loan mechanism built into Frax will ensure its stability. So again, this is what I'm talking about. This is really pushing the envelope and utilizing and leveraging blockchain and smart contracts as they should be. So I don't know, how successful they'll be, but very interesting idea here. You guys let me know your thoughts about that. Those are the types of coins you will be using, guys. They're inflationary to a certain extent, and that's what you want to use as a means of a conduit of transferring wealth, not deflationary assets. You want to keep and invest those and stack those. That's what you do with those types of assets. Let me know your thoughts though, guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. You know all the good stuff. Shout out to my man Terry Higgins for this classic. It is a classic. Total Eclipse, Bonnie Tyler. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Again, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to be notified about unbiased crypto news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here, people. Holla.